It appears that Kevin Hunter and Sharina Hudson don't want to be homeless after all because this couple decided to double their efforts in extorting more cash from Wendy Williams in any possible way. And since foreclosure is unavoidable, they are truly desperate to get their hands on money and see no lines they cannot cross. Sources reveal that Kevin and Sharina threaten Wendy and demand that she pays them half of her savings. But seems like there's little hope for them because Wendy doesn't even care about their fate. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. I keep my eyes on the most scandalous events in show business and always bring you the hottest updates. It seems that Kevin Hunter and his mistress, Sharina Hudson, are not ready to leave on the street. That's why they began threatening Wendy Williams and demanding money from her. And as I see, the situation is getting out of hand because they openly state that Wendy would regret it if she didn't do what they ask. So if you guys want to get all the juicy details first, make sure to stay with me until the end of this video. It feels like neither Kevin's barbershop nor Sharina's vegan restaurant didn't save this couple from being homeless. As I've told in one of my recent videos, this couple is actually facing a foreclosure that Kevin Hunter was so afraid of. Having wasted all their savings on attorney fees, Kevin and Sharina are truly on the verge of poverty. And since they cannot pay for the house they live in, they will have to vacate the premises. If you wonder, let me tell you that this is the very house that Kevin bought for Sharina with Wendy's money and which was located a few miles away from his and Wendy's own home. As the listing said, the house estimated at the time of purchase at $765,000, features 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, includes walk-in closets, a large master bath, a walk-up attic, and a basement with 9-foot ceilings. Well, seems like Kevin and Sharina actually wanted to live large, but I can't help but wonder how they were planning to keep the house anyway, considering neither of them earns enough to cover the homeowners association fees. Now, with Wendy's alimony not coming for more than a year now, it's time for this couple of moochers to face the reality and pack their things because the house will be taken from them. But it seems like Sharina and Kevin are not ready to give up yet, and they are more than determined to extort Wendy's money. Considering that the former TV host is back to work and probably already gets some income, Kevin plans to play the offended husband card once again and scrape the rest of his dimes on another legal team. His plan of dragging Wendy to the court already failed twice. The first time, he lost the alimony case, and according to the court document obtained by the U.S. tabloid The Sun, the court determined that Kevin's motion was not emergent, and the judge ordered to have it dismissed without prejudice. But Kevin didn't give up after his first failure. He gathered a stronger team and hoped to dig for some solid proof that Wendy breached the settlement agreement. However, new attorneys only told him to dismiss the case because there were no chances to win. Well, if he might have listened to them then, he sure changed his mind now because his situation is serious. It appears that he still plans to push the case further and see if he truly has a shot at gaining Wendy's money. I personally cannot wrap my mind around 2 things. First of all, why Kevin believes that he's entitled to anything that Wendy owns. As far as I remember, he cheated on her and squandered her money on his mistress. And boy, this girl had a thing for luxury. And the second thing I don't understand is how Kevin already spent everything that he got after the divorce. Apparently, the opulent lifestyle he got used to made him spend all his savings and assets on designer bags and restaurants. It seems like he didn't learn how to manage his funds and live within his means. Or he simply hoped that Wendy could sponsor his and Sharina's lifestyle forever, as she did at the time when they were married. Yes, life seemed to be so easy for Kevin Hunter back then, when Wendy was working hard and bringing everything to the table while he was sleeping with his mistress. But now, the threat is real, and since Kevin doesn't really have a place to after the foreclosure, he wants to save the only property he owns, while he still has a chance. That's why he is plotting his next move and tries to come back to Wendy's life. He tried to remind her how caring he was during their separation and that had nothing against him. In his interview after the divorce, Kevin stated, "I went to the table in good faith and we reached what I thought was an amicable divorce. In fact, it was one of the fastest celebrity divorces ever. God forbid me to meet someone who will care about me the same way as Kevin cares about his ex-wife, because we all see the audacity and nerve of this man throwing shade on Wendy and crediting his mistress for her show's success. All these actions are aimed at harming Wendy and worsening her condition, not helping her. Maybe he was really trying to drive her over the edge and pocket everything she owned. In this case, he miscalculated his wit because Wendy played him big time and left him broke, sick, and with a gold digger to provide for. Even if rumors are right and Wendy did actually cut him off intentionally, I have zero sympathy for Kevin and his hardships. Knowing that he mistreated Wendy and abandoned her while she was struggling for her life after the divorce, I think he might feel the taste of his own medicine and feel how everything in his life goes down in flames. And it seems like he wants to drag everyone down with him, even Wendy. Insiders reveal that Kevin is freaking out because his life is ruined, and Wendy basically laughs at his face. He is jealous of her success, of popularity, jealous that people still want to work with her, even knowing that her life was a hot mess and he is left with mediocre projects that don't even pay him much. That's why she threatens his ex-wife again, because if they can't get alimony, he can still hope for Wendy's life insurance. And at this point, knowing that Kevin Hunter is out there with his menace, I'm getting truly scared for Wendy's well-being. Wendy's fans are ready to tear Kevin apart for everything he does with their favorite TV host. One person wrote, "Her son has an addiction problem, Wendy has an addiction problem, and Kelvin just adds more problems to the pot." And another person added, "Kevin has been allowed to throw temper tantrums to get what he wanted. Sadly, he's like a spoiled child. Growing up will be difficult." Well, I don't know at what stage of adulthood Kevin is currently, because this man is 50 years old but shows all signs of a child who needs his mom to take care of him. All his statements and actions only show what a child he is, whether he tries to cry on camera or blackmail Wendy. If you remember, Kevin was even saying that he possessed some videos showing his ex-wife in a bad light and planned to leak them to the police. Well, I don't know if he was just bluffing in hope that Wendy would be scared and share her millions with him, or is he truly that crazy? One thing's for sure, this person should be kept away from Mrs. Williams and reporters. It's true that, at this point, no one knows what next move Kevin is prepared to make. Even his own son, Kevin Jr., is against him now. I guess after the foreclosure, the situation with Kevin's behavior might get even more serious and dangerous. And it's not about the pancake business or the designer bags. Kevin and Sharina feel a real threat to their life now, because losing the only house they have means the end of everything they were dreaming about. And I bet Sharina Hudson wouldn't be able to keep her pancake startup and will have to sell to cover the holes in their family budget. Actually, it doesn't make me feel sad or sorry for Sharina. This girl didn't deserve to live like a queen because she hadn't earned a single dime she has been spending in the last couple of decades. And I know another person who will be laughing hard when Sharina and Kevin's businesses will collapse with a bang. It's Wendy Williams. She has been calm and focused since she got out of rehab, and Kevin's financial woes didn't affect her at all. She always knew that there would be no happy ending for these leeches. And I know that some of you even believe that Wendy orchestrated the entire thing because she was well aware of Kevin's negligence and absence of financial responsibility. Kevin has always been overlooking his financial situation and underestimated his spending habits. Well, his squandering and self-confidence knew no limits as he kept hurting the woman who loved him. And now, karma is taking back everything he stole from his ex-wife and even adding to his suffering. It's just so sad that he cannot swallow his pride and acknowledge that he is truly worthless without Wendy, as people have been telling since the very beginning. But apparently, Kevin is going to live with his own truth for the rest of his life because he is not ready to man up. Many people find Kevin's actions not only audacious, but menacing as well. After all, he is now a divorced man, but still relies on his ex-wife's alimony as if there are no other things to do to earn money. One of my subscribers wrote about him. Wendy is not his only source of income. There is such a thing called a job. If this was Disney movie, Kevin would be the evil sorcerer trying to cast a spell on Wendy. And another person added, "It's very simple, Kevin. Just take all of your mistress' expensive handbags, jewelry you bought her with Wendy's money, and live on it." And here's another opinion I agree with. He acts like he wants her to be broke, busted, and bottomless just like him. Wendy, don't trust him. Wendy, don't trust him under no certain terms. Please be very careful because right now, he is disparate and scary. Well, as I said earlier, Kevin must be jealous of Wendy. He really believed that he was in a better place she divorced him, but the reality turned out to be far away from his expectations. And now, seeing that Wendy is back on track and his own life goes down in flames, he is ready to destroy her no matter what. And what do you reckon? Are Sharina and Kevin reached the bottom of their desperation? And will they really try to harm Wendy to get her life insurance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, make sure to check my other video where I tell how exactly Kevin Hunter lost his house and became over head and ears in debt. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I promise to be back very soon with more updates on this drama.